Rick Jensen on 1150 AM, 1017 FM, WDEL.
Let's get to our friend Jan. Shall we do that? Janice Meyer? Producer Randy. You got to say hi to her as well, because we're both friends of hers. She reached out to us, I guess, a couple years ago or so, because she wanted people, at least here in Delaware, South Jersey, Northern Maryland, to be more aware of bile duct cancer. Go
Hello,
ahead.
Janice.
Go ahead.
Janice. No, Janice.
Yes, I'm very famous now for Janice.
Great.
Hey, Rick. Hi, Randy. How are you both?
Wonderful. Nice to hear from you.
Hey, Randy. Go ahead. I dare you to say that. Hang on, Janice. I dare you to say the medical term.
Oh, I can't say it now.
Colangiocarcinoma.
Oh, sure you can. If Rick can do it, you can do it.
I would need to have it written down in front of me.
No, did you hear that?
It's
if I
bile
could
duct cancer.
It's Colangiocarcinoma. It's Colangio Day tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's big Colangio Day. Yeah, and you guys are pretty impressive. You got billboards up all over the place here in Wilmington.
Yes, we do. We have two for cholangiocarcinoma awareness. One's on 141 right by Boxwood in front of the Amazon plant. And then we have one along Kirkwood Highway right before Vincente's. We're trying to light it up green in Delaware. The other billboard is downtown on MLK Boulevard to talk about our 5K to raise money for this much underfunded cancer. You know, unfortunately, JAMA, the Journal of American Medicines, did a study that said by 2040, intrahepatic cholangiocarcinoma, the cancer I have, and liver cancer are going to be the third leading cause of cancer death. So after I finished chemotherapy, Dean and I decided we were going to try and make a difference for those coming behind me. And so we actively work on raising research money and awareness about this deadly rare cancer.
You have thousands of, I'd say, friends now all around the world because, you know, from right here in little old Delaware, Jan, you've been extraordinarily effective in getting the word out about this.
Yeah, we're really quite happy about that. Like, the community here has really embraced it, you having us on and talking. You know, awareness is key. And, you know, certainly one thing I have learned about cholangiocarcinoma is getting to an expert fast and knowing that maybe, hey, this weird fatigue, something as benign as just feeling fatigued could be a sign that you could have cholangio. Now, you know, you could have upper right quadrant pain, unexplained weight loss, jaundice, so yellowing of the skin, very dark urine or pale stool, upper right quadrant pain, fever, and just itching. And these are symptoms. Get to your doctor and get it checked out. You know, another study showed that it's taking on average a year for patients with cholangiocarcinoma to be diagnosed. And that's terrifying because, you know, in that time it's metastasized and now you're stage 4. It greatly, you know, your treatment path is a lot more complicated, and certainly the earlier you find it, the better. I was very fortunate. I was found incidentally when I was on the operating room table for a different surgery, and the surgeon just happened, Dr. Peters here locally, happened to flick the camera up and look at my liver and see the shadow and said, hey, we have to abort this surgery. He biopsied it, and he actually saved my life because, you know, if I hadn't been going for that surgery and he hadn't seen it, I probably wouldn't be here right now. So
and you've been through treatments, you've been through chemo, and how long ago was that again, Janice?
Yeah, I had my liver resection where they removed 5 by 7 of my liver in March of 2018, and then I underwent 6 months of chemotherapy. So I'm currently NED, which is fantastic. It's kind of, you never get told you're in remission. Kind of NED is the gold standard for cholangiocarcinoma. It means no evidence of disease. So now I'm just surveillance. So I have a plain CT of my chest, and I have a abdo-pelvis MRI every 5 months now. Like now that I'm over 4 years, I have to go to 5 to 6 months surveillance.
Really?
So that kind of little safety, insurance. And the safety net kind of gets pulled out from you. And even though you get scanxiety going to these frequent appointments, I was going every 3 months for scans. And now to be going every 6, it's unnerving. And, you know, in December, I lost 2 really good friends to cholangiocarcinoma. One was in her 30s with a 4-year-old daughter.
Oh, man.
The other one was 41. So when you saw Dean, that was a pretty tough week for us. We had been to visitations and funerals for two people that we have had a relationship with, we'd spent time with. So.
Yeah. No, I'm so sorry. Dean, your husband, he stopped by the radio station, and that's when they gave us all those gifts, gave us, what was it?
Beer.
Beer, very generous.
Well, not
Thank you.
beer, T-shirts, and
Granola bars.
And what were the snack cupcakes?
Oh, Hostess little cupcakes.
Yeah. And
awesome.
And here I am. Here's Janice, and thank God, no evidence of disease right now there. And here's Dean, and he was Dean, you were exhausted, dude. And we have a little conversation. And then here I am, being Jensen, going like, orange muffins. No one likes orange muffins. We don't give any orange muffins. So we're just laughing at ourselves.
Randy to starve.
Yeah, well, Randy got the chocolate ones. So, yeah. So we're.
He lucked out.
So we're there just like, I'm thinking like, this is really inappropriate because here's our friend who, thank God, she's NED right now. Here's Dean, who's just mentally exhausted from all this stuff and still hanging in there. And I'm whining about the wrong kind of muffin or something. It's just what an idiot I am.
Yeah, no, we were just happy to take that to you. And we really wanted to give you that card that, the card that traveled across the United States. We as Warriors were trying to think of a unique way to thank people who had gone out of their way to help us raise awareness. So I thought of putting a box of thank you cards in a flat rate box, and it actually traveled all across the United States to 20-plus states, and then the Warriors would sign them and then ship that card, the box of all the cards, to the next person on the list. Now,
nice.
It sure hit some hiccups because Warriors, their health can change overnight, and some of them would get discharged from the hospital that day and still mail the box. It was that important to our community, and we are thankful for the awareness that you and others have given us, and it's just a small thank you, really.
No, what you're going through and what you're doing is remarkable, and not just what you're going through. I mean, that is remarkable because I couldn't even imagine, getting scanned every 3 months and every 6 months, things like that, and you have lives to lead, and working, and of course you got families to attend to, and then all these friends all around the world who are involved with bile duct cancer. And you say it's going to be the number 3 leading cancer killer by when?
It's predicted by 2040 that it's going to be the leading cause. There's limited treatment options. Now, certainly that has improved over the last years. Insight, whose American headquarters are right here in Wilmington, they actually developed the first FDA-approved targeted drug for cholangiocarcinoma, and we've seen other advances since. And, certainly I always say to Dean, I've just got to stay well enough for the next treatment so that when and if I have a recurrence, which is highly likely I will. I'm at 4 years, so you think, I should be okay. But my friend that just passed away in December, she was 5+ years. And, Kathy fought and had multiple surgeries and multiple, chemos. And, some of these warriors, the resilience and the strength to kind of persevere and, live and do the best they can. And, sometimes the cancer, it's tough. It doesn't win. The patient wins always, but this cancer is really tough.
So, Janice, what's you got a website that people go to, a Facebook page? People want to check this out and be supportive because there does need to be a lot more research on this in addition to
there sure
treatment.
Does. This month, you can text GREEN for CCA to 91999 to make a donation if you'd like to support the Colangiocarcinoma Foundation. They're an incredible 501 that was formed after they lost their brother, Mark, and he was a very young father, and that was 16 years ago. And the strides that have been made in cholangiocarcinoma are hugely because of Stacy Lindsay, the founder of the Colangio Foundation. And she has an incredible website, curecc.org, and you can learn everything about cholangio. You can find an expert. That's one of the key things with cholangio. You need to seek out an expert. Second opinions matter. Ask questions and then ask more questions. And don't hesitate to reach out. There's an incredible cholangio community of warriors who are willing to support those who are newly diagnosed and kind of get them through the initial steps. And you can get a mentor at curecc.org of experts who have gone through it and have been trained how to help you go through it.
All right, our good friends, Janice, as Randy says. Go ahead, do it, man.
Janice.
Janice.
Yeah.
Janice.
It's like the Sam Kinison, Janice. Is that?
That is Tony Soprano.
Tony
and
Soprano.
I'm exaggerating it times
Sorry.
100.
That's
Yeah.
why I sound like Sam Kinison. I thought, wait, who is
Tony's sister is Janice.
Right. Thank you.
And he kind of pronounced it. That's kind of the way Tony
Janice.
Soprano talks. All right, Janice, are you from Minnesota?
No, I'm Canadian.
I was going to ask because she's talking
Look,
about.
I have Canada written first. then
I did,
switched to
yeah.
Minnesota.
I was going to ask her. I'm glad you did because she says a boot and the hoos.
Yes.
You should know that.
Yes.
And it's hard to get oot. We want to get oot and go places. you know. And then the fact that I don't know if you mentioned this.
I get called out on it a lot here on the East Coast.
She
I
gets
didn't so
called
much
oot
when
on
I
it a
lived in
lot.
Ohio.
Yeah. Do you have a pet moose?
No, not yet.
No pet moose.
But I lived in an igloo.
Really?
What? I didn't see that coming. Okay. Tell us.
Well, everybody thinks that, right? When you come from, when we used to travel as kids, everybody would be like, "Do you live like in an igloo?" Oh, yeah, no. No, we live, no.
A 4-story igloo. Yeah.
Yeah, a 4-story, yeah.
CureCC.org. All right. And hey, Dean. I know he's back there somewhere. All right, Janice.
Yeah, he's working. But shout out all the warriors fighting the good fight. My brothers and sisters keep fighting, and learn more at curecc.org. And thanks so much to WDEL and you and Rick and Randy and Mr. Chris Carl for doing our PSAs. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. This is something that people need to know about. And, you're Delaware now. So it's about time you got a little more publicity.
I need to adopt some of your sayings. What would those be, though?
My sayings? Bite me? What else do I say? I don't
think
know.
that's appropriate.
No, it's not
Sorry.
appropriate. No, not at all. All right. Thanks, Janice. Be well. And I mean that.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
And that's not just a throwaway line. All right.